Well, when you won that first game in Baltimore, and I was able to be there too. You have the Phillies are made of these unbelievable veterans, and so when you have Rose and Morgan and Perez, right? You're the son of a guy, even though you're not this old veteran, right? You're a veteran of being around the game and the players. So we just thought after the first win, right?
Yeah.
You know, now we just have to win 3 out of 6.
That was
Oh,
it.
that was it.
And we were playing at home. We were like, there's no way they're going to just take them. But they did what from the game that I saw. I think Baltimore did a great. We hit the ball well that game.
Okay.
We hit the ball.
Who shared the catching duties?
Bo Diaz.
Bo was their main guy.
Yeah, Bo caught everything, you know. But
And were you,
I was
for the season, you were Bo's backup to give him a
yes.
spell?
Mm-hmm. And yeah. And the thing about it is that during that those games, Baltimore did a great job as far as pitching to us and positioning their defensive players. We hit the ball like it seemed like every time right where they were at.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, even when we got men on, it was like, wow, they know where we're hitting the ball. They were making us hit the ball at where they wanted us to hit. And they did a real good job with that. But they had a great team. They had some Hall of Famers we were playing against. That's why there was a lot of Hall of Famers in that game.
Yeah.
And people don't understand that. You can look around in the league now, and you don't see too many Hall of Famers out there. There was like, what, we had 4 or 5 of them on our team.
Oh, yeah.
The other team over there had 3, 4. So
And not just Hall of Famers, top shelf Hall of Famers.
yes,
We're talking the Morgans,
yeah.
Steve Carlton. It's just,
So you know, that's the difference between what you're seeing today and what we were playing with.
the 5th game, the final game of the series was at home or away.
Home.
So the Orioles won in Philadelphia.
Mhm.
Just go in that locker room and sit. Fans, obviously, they go into the interview room and champagne flowing. Was it a very, very quiet room? Or
Yeah, I think I was more stunned by the fans that the Orioles had out there.
really?
Half of the stadium was Orioles.
It's Oriole fans.
Yeah.
Because it's the closest city to
Yeah, they
Philadelphia.
came, and that was like a shock. I was like, wow, they got a lot of fans.
When you played just as a September call-up in '80, did you get a ring? Or the-
No,
That's a good question. I didn't know.
give us our ring. We were on the team, but they gave everybody else rings. There's 5 of us. They only had to get 5 more rings to give out. We didn't get the rings. I was disappointed with that because usually, you know, we were part of the team.
It's up to the team to decide.
They should. I know. I don't know of any team that hasn't given call-ups.
There's 2 guys from the '86 Mets because that's a local World Series team. And from doing interviews, there's Stan Jefferson and a guy named Mitchell, a pitcher. And they were in the same situation. They have September call-ups for the '86 Mets
No ring.
to this day. No ring.
Yeah.
You know,
I think they should make a ceremony and give us our rings.
yeah.
That's what they should do.
When you got traded from the Phillies, it's very odd. Philadelphia fans are a very interesting breed. I can't wait for your response to this. When you came back, you were beloved. You know, they loved you, and then you leave and you become an all-star. A lot of times, you know, Philly fans can tear apart anyone. They can boo anyone. They can boo the home guys. What's the deal? You were just an easy guy to get along with, or you got along with
I don't
fans?
know. I think I made the All-Star team and they needed a closer, so I think I was the only one that they could get somebody for that was decent, and so they ended up trading me. And when I came back, to tell you the truth, I thought I was going to get booed like everybody else I see come back get booed, but I was like in shock when I was getting, when they were honoring me. When I went up to the plate, and I just stepped out and went like, wow, this is the Philly fans doing this. And I think mainly it's because I was more like a blue collar player.
Yes.
And I played hard. And they know, I think most of the fans were pissed off that I got traded,
Sure.
Because I could have been there a long time. And I think that was the main thing. And so I think they appreciate that I went out there and played hard every day. And, I'm a blue collar guy. So I came out of the ashes and ended up, making something out of myself when I got the opportunity to play.
For our event, you've been here the last 2 years, you know the rules, you're invited for life.
Oh, thanks.
Because it's almost, I try to explain it to others, it's like a family event. Once you come,
Yeah.
I say to you, who do you want? We did it this year, who do you want us to invite? And that's how Dawson, Rogers, Gullickson, we kept asking, who do you want? When you come back to Philadelphia, you can go back to Atlanta, that's where you were an all-star. What's the difference between going back to the two cities?
Well, for one thing, Atlanta, I haven't been invited there for anything yet. Mainly, I don't think they know where I'm at. I'm not hard to find. But I'm going to throw my name over there. Coming back to Philly, it's more of a family. I spent most of my career there, minors and big leagues, so most of those guys that are on those teams I've played with, for a long time. We came up through the trenches, and right now, we have Darren Daulton. He was backing me up back then, and
by the way, he sent us an email from the hospital.
Did he?
Yeah, and he's committed. He says it is the top of my list next year.
I hope that's...
So Dutch is he has an assistant named Tony, and we've been going back and forth with emails because we said you were coming back. He said, I'm coming. We were going to put you alongside each other.
Good.
So he was in up until the 2 weeks before, and the surgery with
Yeah, I tried to
brain
call his phone. His phone's still working, but nobody's picking up anything there. But they told me you have to text, whatever. But
when this is over, I'll give you the email and Tony's phone number so
Okay.
that when he picks up his phone.
yeah, because I'm kind of worried about him, and I wanted to know. People say things, but I want to hear from his mouth how things. Because we went through this with Tug.
And Vuk.
Yeah, and I think somebody said that
Johnny Oates.
I heard Underwood too.
I'm beginning to wonder,
So
we keep
now-
talking about
now-
the
now there's-
same thing. We're not talking about lung cancer.
No,
You know,
it's amazing that many guys out of one group can have that kind of outcome where they've all had tumors in their heads. So what is it that's doing it? Because it's not a tumor it's not a type of tumor I don't think that pretty common, like with the percentage that we
it's
play.
astronomical to have that many.
We're like way over.
Yeah. When you had Dutch, it's Bo Diaz, it's Ozzie, and now it's Dutch in '83. Who were you hanging with? Because
I hung out with Dutch.
Did you?
Yeah. Well, we all came out together in the minors and everything. So Bo came out from another organization, but I knew him from when my dad was managing in Venice Falls. So
And we lost him early too. We
Yeah.
were sitting here talking about it.
yeah, I got a picture at home with me in the middle. One side is Bo Diaz, the other side is Dutch, and I'm kind of like looking at that, going, "Wow."
You're the only healthy one that's still here.
Yes.
I know.
Well, yeah.
Well, I will say this: you got to go to Washington D.C.
Yeah.
You got to go to Annapolis, Maryland. You're
I did
flying your plane to different islands. One thing you're doing, Ozzie, is in your 50s, you're living. You're really living. You know
no,
you
you have to. You have to. You got to go in kicking and screaming. Because you don't know when, you know, you're looking at what's happening to guys now. And you don't know when your time's up. And so I think you need to enjoy yourself. You got to go and smell the roses. I think a lot of people go through life and they don't, they go, they work, and they do the same thing every day, and then all of a sudden, 25, 30 years down the road, they're not able to do anything because they didn't do anything when they had an opportunity.